Hey, good morning. Which kakan? Which yeah? Economic and luxury. Kali tujja. Martha, good morning. Director Martha Academy. Nick, good morning. Bill Gadgets, good morning. Daniel Ranga, Doctari, good morning. And Zaddi. How are you guys doing? Let me look for some music. Yesterday, did we even listen to music yesterday? Don't forget, the cafe is showing on Pearl Magic Loco starting Saturday 30th. 30th Saturday of this month. We stole my comb. The way you love me. Good morning, people. Yefumu, bararira mu mutima gwange. Sitoba, you make my life easy. Tufanana banana to papara. Good morning. Within a book, I have to use SC, otherwise this phone will betray me. Baby girl, you will rock with me. You will stuck with me. So, the cafe TV show will be showing on Pearl Magic Logo every Saturday starting 30th September at 8 p.m. in the evening. 8 p.m. So the cafe will be showing there. Ambazanyire nakayimba ka cafe mukawulire.
It's the cafe. Oh, it's someone. Do the hammer. Muna, do you want?
We can do it together as one.
Nindebo, Ganoria, tukora hamwe. Mwabu sinje, mwabu we, emen montatuaz. Bueno tukwata nse.
We can do it together as one.
Ukana mubuzawa, nenyikiriza zaitu. Nikeki forever mbaganiza. Tumbeke hanga yetu hami.
Yes, we can do it together as one. We can do it together as one.
Kulia, mukukola, tuyombagana turwanagana tusojagana. Na yetu kwatire wamu. Hanja agalia wamu ge galumenyama. So we can do it.
Yes, we can do it together as one. We can do it together as one.
Muna, ematoka kitembeli.
Bana, tuli kuchiwa. Tuli mukatale.
Where the highs and lows may be
Yeah,
there,
because that's how it's supposed to be.
the fights may be there, but when we get together as one,
We can do it. Tuchisobola, tuchiwasa. Yes. That's the theme song for the cafe. And I hoped that all of us can make it a must watch at home. Abantu mbagambe sawa bili bulina kutumira ku Pearl Magic Loco nga tulaba the cafe. Show yaffe. Ka audio ngenda kuleta video ya kalango. The DSTV team hasn't yet given me that, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to share it. No, so you guys are going to get the exclusive about this show. You guys are going to, for the love of cars, you're going to get the exclusive about the show, The Cafe. How I came up with this show. So you see how there is a lot of tribalism, and everyone is saying this tribe is bad, that tribe is doing this tribe is doing that. We need a space where we can actually be together as one. It's preaching that we can do it together as one. So I saw all these things that are happening, and I found that we basically need a space where everyone can be themselves without actually being judged, without feeling judged. A Musoga can be a Musoga without being judged. A Munyankore can be a Munyankore without being judged. But by them being themselves and by doing what they have to do. And the cafe is this one place where everyone can come, do their job, get paid, go home, and they are not denied pay because of their tribe. They are not denied pay because of where they come from. And everyone in the cafe knows that if they work together with other people, the cafe will develop, they will all get paid, customers will be happy and all that. And yeah, so this is one reason for you to watch the cafe. See people survive and see people learn from each other, see people learn about their cultures. And yeah, I'm very proud about the show, very proud of it, and very proud of the team that actually achieved it. So what you hear in this song, majority of them are not actually singers. Listen to the song again and see the message and hear the message.
We can do it together as one.
Nidebo Ganoria tukora hamwe nuwo businje nuwo bumwe emanwe twetwaza bwena tukwatanise. We can do it together as one.
Enyaukana mu buzarwa nenyikiriza zaitu nikekifora bembaganiza tumbeke hangari tuhamwe.
Yes, we can do it together as one. We can do it together as one.
Hey, Coca-Cola, tuyombagana tulwanagana tusojjagana naye tukwatire wamu ate agali awamu gegalume ennyama. So we can do it. We can do it.
Yes, we can do it together as one. We can do it together as one.
Eh, Muna, ematoka gitemberi. Gitemberi. Bana, tuli kuchiwa. Tuli mukatale.
Where the highs and lows may be there, the fights may be there, but when we get together as one, we can do it, we can do it. Tuchisabana, tuchibasa.
No, actually, no, you can't access the episodes via the internet. So what happens is if you have a GoTV decoder or a DSTV decoder and you want to watch the episode via internet, all you need is your there is that code that is on your GoTV decoder. So you download the My GoTV app or My DSTV app, you access, you put in that code and you can watch everything that is being shown on your decoder on your phone. Yeah, that's the only way you can actually watch, because it's commissioned work, and DSTV right now owns the show, so they'll show it for the period that we have in contract. But I really want us to watch this thing. It's something that, well, I think we need right now. There are more important issues than video. I'm sure we work with people from different places, and you know, when we were in high school, we tried to Charimu High School, we did not even know that tribes existed. It's just the people from the north that we knew, because they were different. They were black, you get it? They were extremely black. But the other people, someone would come and speak in their Chinyankore accent and we had no problem. Right? The thing of a good Muganda is a dead one was never spread. But in high school, nobody even knew that. But apparently the tribalism thing has been pushed, and we need to push down on it and laugh about life together, struggle together, because at the end of the day we struggle regardless of where you come from. So yeah, that's why the cafe exists, and everyone that is for togetherness, you should be watching this show, The Cafe, and tell your friends to watch it. Chija tuyambako to reduce the tension that exists, and for people that feel special because hey, I come from this part of the country and all that, then probably they will realize that it doesn't really matter where you come from. At the end of the day, we're just human beings, right? So when I was creating this show, it's what came to my mind. We really need to relax. We really need to work together as people. Let's look at their capabilities. Let's look at what they add on us. So that's how the cafe started, and yeah, and literally all my shows are towards a certain. Every piece of work that I work on is meant to communicate something that to ease the tension. Ease the tension, and the cafe is the first of many shows that will happen. Yeah. Yeah, so today we are talking pickups. Who should and when should they buy a pickup? Yes, Enoch, Chris Fitness, Antonio. Will it be showing all episodes or just for Saturday? So every Saturday starting 30th September, the show will be showing every Saturday at 8 p.m. Every Saturday at 8 p.m. Starting right 30th September, but then it will go on for very many months. Yeah, for very many months, because we submitted a lot of work, and I'm sure we're going to keep doing more work. Yeah, because it's one show that has. I'm sure we will continue doing work, because as a country we need something like that that can bring us together, learn from other people and all, and laugh, and laugh without being actually offensive, laugh without being vulgar, laugh without you know what I'm saying. Kasana can't read your comments, but I'm going to read your comments very soon. So today we're talking about pickups and who should buy a pickup, when should they buy a pickup, and of course we need to first understand what is a pickup, what does a pickup do, and all that, so of course a pickup is that car that has a cabin. And it also has a cabin, and it also has a tray. It picks up things or people. So that's what the pickup is. And of course we have a number of pickups in the country. The Hilux, the most popular pickup there is, and then we have, of course, the L200 is also quite popular. Then we have the Nissan Hardbody, which is also not bad. Then we have some Fords there, the Raptors, the Explorers, and all that. And then we have the Isuzu D-Max. And then, of course, Tata has some pickups, which I find to be really ugly. And but we have a number of pickups. And of course, during the lockdown, some people converted their cars into pickups because they wanted to keep moving, and only pickups were allowed to keep moving. You get. Yes, Anthony, Patrick Sembusi mwali. Patrick Sembusi mwali. Can we access, okay, the DSTV app doesn't have rights to work outside in the area of subs. The DSTV app, if you have the code from Uganda, you can watch content from Uganda. You get, I don't know how you subscribe for the app you're using right now, but with the DSTV app and the code from Uganda, you watch the things that well, according to the contract that we have with DSTV, they can show that work anywhere. So the cafe will definitely be watching the cafe from anywhere you are. So what the contract does, it specifies a period of time. It doesn't specify where. And I'm thinking that's a very good thing for you. So you can watch the show from wherever you are when you're using the DSTV app, as long as you have the code from your DSTV at home. The same thing happens with the guys that have a Go TV. Yep. Yeah, so Seth, you will be able to watch. If you have a DSTV at home, just tell them to sell in the app. I'm going to do a video that guides you on which code, that particular code that you need. Yeah. Why? Abapolisi bakukyusizza. Je bali. Yeah, so let's go through the comments, then we go on with our pickup thing. Nyagambye Zadi aga pick up tuzaga naeza bei nnyo bulala. Nenno mmwe nze ngenda gena ba disapprovinga. The only reason I think I would fail to buy a pickup is mafuta kunywa, because ne pickup nayo yatandise okunywa amafuta kunywa n'ogako ngitandise okwechokola. But hey Ragnar, look here, stand up. You stand. Do you want ice cream in the evening? Do you want ice cream? Ototo ina amani. Olaba ice cream tamuwulira. Derek Kauma, Lucky Mose, how much is fuel is 5,400, 5,380 like that. Awesome thumbnail. How much do you predict such a ride would cost? Now Moses, Moro kateri million nga 15 olowooza 150. Yeah. To start with the L200, then later we'll upgrade. Definitely the L200. I think one reason why there's a time I almost bought the L200 at 8 million. Mweba guy. Nze mfuna bidiru. Nali bali banguza L200 8 million mnana. And the reason I did not buy it is because it did not have SC. And at that time I did not see which person can actually buy this car from me, the pickup. So I wanted to sell. If I buy it 8 million, I wanted to sell 15. And I was thinking, who will buy this pickup from me? And I may be stuck with this thing. I may make capital sit down. Quarter million mnano zituza mu pickup ne chikwata. Atete chikola esinti osoro chivuga buli lunaku. Then that's how I did not. But I think I should go back into the market for a pickup. Ndabe, how much they actually cost, and I see what is the cheapest offer I can get in Zenga Arthur, because I'm sure I can get a very cheap, very affordable. Many batugamba marketing school, don't use the word cheap, use the word affordable. Yes. Charles Nkugwa, good morning. Yeah, so pickups. We already know what a pickup is, and although people buy pickups, like I'll give you an example that I know of a relative of mine that bought on retirement. He had a Nua, the road tourer, field tourer. I don't even differentiate them because they don't even matter anymore. So he had that kind of Nua. Of course, he had mafuta, because for the period that I when we were constructing in at my place. We used to drive that Nua, and I can tell you that thing drank fuel. But he wasn't changing the car for that, because for him he lives in Kawempe Rugoba, and very near town. So even that car would consume basically 20,000 to town and back. And I think that's how he did not know that the car actually consumed a lot of fuel. But when we went to that side of my place, it used to consume a lot of fuel. So and when he retired, he started thinking that maybe I'm going to, because he had started farming, he had a huge chunk of land, and he had started farming. And I think at that time, when you're starting a business, you start thinking that okay, my farm is going to be big and I'm going to make lots of money, and yeah, so he thought that okay, my farm is going to be big and I'm going to get a lot of stuff to sell, and then I'll put in the cab in the tray, and then I'll go to schools and I sell them stuff, then I'll go to supermarkets. You get, at that time, that's what was in this person's head, that he will make lots of money from the farm, and just like that he thought, okay, let me sell this Noah and buy a pickup, a double cabin, because the double cabin that works double, it can take my family, and then it can as well do work at the farm. So that was his thought process at the time. And you have the books.
Let me take these first.
What you need to do, please call. Huh? Should I buy airtime for MTN?
It works fine. Unless,
let me check the minutes that are remaining, and I see. Okay. Yeah, so and then just like that, the Noah had to go. Personally, I did not agree with the idea of selling that car because it was almost new. But well, he had made up his mind, and well, it wasn't just me. So many people, actually, even people that are really close to him, were asking, okay, but why is the Noah going? And he had made up his mind. So he went ahead, and in the beginning, it's the same time that I got the L200 at 8 million, and I told you should look at this L200. They are selling it to me at 8 million. It basically had everything. The tires were okay. It looked okay. You get. And he refused to look at it because, well, yaina ababuroka baba bamufunire moroka bakuboli bakuboli. So, and the L200 was a good number plate, and by good number plate I mean UAQ. For you to get a UAQ double cabin that is at 8 million, even then was a very good thing. So he refused, and that and then we went. Well, I went with him to see the first double cabin we looked at was a Hilux. It was a UAF. Well, it needed some work, but it had all the tires, and normally mpira double cabin ejo jabeyo jinzo jimaira million nga 2 kitundu oba 3. So and this double cabin, it was the older model. Basically it needed some wiring work to be done. The paint was okay, wiring and interior work, and they were selling it, I think they had said 15, which they would go down. So personally I thought they would go down up to around 12. Okay, and yeah, so but when he got his broker, the broker said togule yo motoka nja kufunire motoka ennungi gwebera ne million ngapi. And I was thinking to myself, okay, we are seeing a car that is being said 15, they can give us a 12. Why are you going to a car of 20? You get what I'm saying? But of course he had made up his mind. Yaina abamutegerera, and omuntu abana abantu abamutegerera toyinza muwakanya. So we went to sell the Noah, and they gave us money, and that's the last time I heard from this gentleman. The next time I hear is that he bought a Nissan hard body at was it 25 million. But the reason why I can say it was a bad choice, first of all, the car you buy at 25 million, first of all, it's a very old number plate, which means it's an old model, UAF. 2, no tires, so he had to buy tires. It had very bad paint. He had to put in money to spray the car. It had bad interior, so he had to work on the interior. And then in the end, we figure out the engine actually consumes oil, so he will have to work on the engine as well. So a car you have bought 20, let's say 20 million. Then you have to put 3 million for the engine fix. You have to put about 1 million for the spraying. Then you have to work on the interior, which would also take about 400,000. Basically, there was too much work to be done. I find that it was a bad buy. But normally, omuntu wabane sente zenga, they have made up their mind. Gaina nabamutegerera. Abanga go bakonaka kati webati. So at that time, obato inza mutegerera. Okitegerera. The DSTV at home. Okay, and also the app on my phone, but the app jammed. I watch Ugandan TV channels on Afro Mobile. Okay, I'm going to give that feedback, and then why can't I take a screenshot of this? It would be very nice. mukategedde kenkoze kankagezeeko neera exactly screenshot yekoze. So I'm going to try and give that feedback, Seth, to DSTV, and then we'll see what they do about it. L200 used now simanyi gochobo manyanti is the cheapest I've ever gotten was something that a man was selling to me at 8 million. At that time I did not really know that pickups were very expensive.
Yes.
Yeah. Zaddy, of course, the thing about pickups is they are very reliable and can even last a lifetime according to the state in which one purchased it. Problem is wanting a newer one that's also good enough for daily drive. I think all pickups are good enough for daily drive. So I think the pickups change the comfort. The comfort reduces as the years go down. Like a 2007 model is much more comfortable than a 2000 model. And then a 2000 model is comfortable. The 1992 model is not about comfort, it's about delivery. You get? Because for now, I'm still a one car at a time kind of person. Yeah. You'll get to a time when you need a second car. Like for me, I need a second car at home. Like Mondays, class and I make my people wait for me. Never to Moroka for all those hours waiting for me. Not a very nice thing. So we need a second car basically. And there are times when the mokupati kana, like the times when I go to the field and I go to market, I leave home at 4 a.m. and then Sarongo has to do his job there. Sarongo, you know. But then and then this time when I was going to the field, Sarongo taxi day. So I'm sure the people in the estate suffered, which together. So Mose is asking, what is the fuel consumption of the L200? The L200 is a 2,500 cc, but it consumes normally because it's diesel. It consumes like a taxi, which they are between 2,500 cc to 3,000 cc, but they are okay because they are diesel, which good morning, Deep in Coffee. How are you today? So that's the story of the pickup that I have so far. And then I have a story of this was told to me. I don't know it firsthand, but it's a person that is close to me that was telling me about his Moko. The Moko had a Hilux, and then the Moko wanted to upgrade. The Moko wanted comfort, the Moko wanted class. So the Moko went and bought a Ford pickup. Of course, the Hilux was old model, wasn't as comfortable. Then he bought a Ford pickup that is very comfortable. Bought a Ford pickup that is classy, and I can tell you that after some time, the Ford pickup was packed, the Hilux was still ballering. You get what I'm saying? So I guess you get my message. If you're going to be buying a pickup, it doesn't matter how much the pickup is going to cost you. I think the best choice would be the Hilux. The best choice would be the Hilux. You find a Hilux on UDD, it goes everywhere. But Fords can be on UBB packed. You get it? Fords can be on UBD and they are packed. Why? Because, well, maintenance is quite high and sometimes people just give up. Even organizations give up on Fords. Because the spares are expensive, and that's if you even find the spares. Good morning, Arthur. I've just joined in. How does the Mark X fare as a daily? Yeah, the Mark X is okay. It just has low ground clearance. So just know majority of the time you'll kukurubura and say yo, and you also need to know that it's a rear wheel drive. Of course, Warriors are 4-wheel drive, but then of course the Mark X 2.5 liter consumes some car fuel. But then if you find it 4-wheel drive, it will consume even more. You get, so it's important that you understand that. But you can daily drive as long as you don't mind the fuel, the extra fuel that you'll consume. The Mark X is one car that I've also wanted to drive for some time. So now that I drove the Benz and I no longer have the Benz love, I think I can finally start driving some Toyota luxury cars like the Mark X, like the Crown, like the Chaser, like the Camry. Before I finally decide to go and do SUVs. Bye. Give me high five. Nice. So when should someone know that they are ready to actually buy a double cabin pickup or a single cabin? Now, personally, I would not recommend anyone to buy a single cabin pickup because single cabin is not multi-purpose. Single cabin should be left for organizations and strictly work. You are at a farm, the pickup moves feeds, it moves that, and it doesn't do. After moving those things, you park the pickup. That's when you should be buying a single cabin pickup. That's when you should be buying the Elf. And then instead of buying a single cabin Hilux or a single cabin L200 or a single cabin hard body, then I think you should be buying the Isuzu Elf things. You should be buying the Isuzu Elf or the Mitsubishi Canter. Okay? Tewali nsonga lwaki oba ogula single cabin pickup at the price that you can get the Elf or Canter for. So single cabin pickups muzesonyiwe. When you're going to buy a pickup, always think buying a double cabin one. Okay? Why the double cabin almost does what this car of mine does. Because I basically have a double cabin thing. What you take it? I have a double cabin in one. What you take it? And Gwasoka nakugamba neguli omwako gwagwa. I tell you that, but you don't care. You don't give a damn, you don't dare. My number one girl, you rule my world. You took my heart. That you may have. Bana ina Forester XT genda bano bamwaka choba 210. Irabika bulungi. Let's get to the road, I'll show you. Because at the road then no more privacy, it's the road. But where I am, I can't. So Antonio tetunafuna yo auction tetunaba, but I've told people that normally buy auction cars to tell me within their auctions. Actually, the best place for you to buy a double cabin is in auctions. You can go and buy a double cabin like 10-12 million. No sasura yo musoro ndoza kwa million nga 5-7. Okitegeera nojayo moroka yonge ina ku namba mpya nogireta nogikanika. Nogikanika. Let me get close to this forest. Ino obutala bwe mabika bulabika bulungi naye mama adduka alinga gwe batumye okudduka. Yeah, so if you can access auctions, that's the best. Zaddy, you can actually buy a second car and it can be a pickup, double cabin. If you can access auctions, you can buy it cheaply, million nga 12. Okitegera nogireta nogisasula omusoro gwa 7, nogitekamu ezo gikola ate gwe notunda nga 5 oba 6. Okitegera if it's a really nice car. Yeah, because I've seen people do that. Like there are people that do that as a business. He just buys double cabins from auctions, repairs them and sells them at a profit of 10-20 million. We say he nga agula ekimotoka million 15 nakisasula omusoro nakiteka mu kigura million nga 3 nakitunda 6. Okitegeera. So you find that a person can sell one car and they have money to izaka meza for a year at their home. So if they can access 2 or 3 double cabins a year, that would be a very good thing for them. Yeah, so a double cabin can serve the purpose of this Corolla. However, when the only time it will actually serve the purpose is if it does almost everything that this Corolla can do. For example, can it give you air conditioning? Okay, can it give you air conditioning? Can it give you the comfort? Okay, does your family like it? Basically, every family would like the double cabin. But I find that majority of the double cabins that are being sold at very cheap prices right now are not comfortable. Let me show you this Subaru. Very nice. I think this is like a 2010 or 2012 model. You know, they are LED lights. I think Katewabutayaka is the reverse or the indicator and reverse together. So now this is a Subaru that I'm thinking people would die for, the Subaru lovers. Because the Outbacks are about 40 to 50 million. So this can't be the same price as that because this is the SUV. SUVs are much more expensive. Might be probably 50 or something. And probably why people are buying these XTs instead of buying the Kawungos, because the Kawungo is much more expensive, yet it's too common. Yet if you're driving this thing looks unique. It looks rugged. Of course, I don't find it sexy. I find it's just a rugged thing, eh? But it's an okay car. It's an okay car. Comments. Chitufu in auction is where you'll get a good deal. But no Mokatari, they are overpriced. UAB 19 million. You can imagine buying a UAB at 19 million. That's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money. Arthur, what about the most anticipated Uber drivers? I actually have that video. The machine I'm going to buy, the editor gave me work, but I want to do some more work on it, and my computer doesn't allow me to do that work. So the machine jensuubira okugula ku Mavo Gadgets. Of course, kati waliwo guy yampadde machine atenga wanange esinga ya Mavo Gadgets 12th gen. Whoa, I'm going to of course go and see what deal. Wabawo deal omuntu gyakuweereza n'olaba ngeri too sweet. Too sweet. But I'm going to look at both machines and see. The machine I'm going to buy is where I can do I want to do more work on that video. Editor yakoze bulungi, but there is more work that needs to be done. That's why I have not yet uploaded the video. But I'm going to upload it this week because the machine is definitely going to come today. And when it comes, I'll go and edit, and then probably Saturday latest I'll have the video up there. Yeah. Of course, I got more information. Someone sent me a 14-minute long video, and this is one of the people that has greatly benefited from, I think, from Uber. But I doubt he has actually benefited from Uber alone, because from his story actually confirms what I did in the video. So I don't need to do another reshoot. Yeah, but it will come. So double cabin pickups. I personally, I think no young Uganda needs a double cabin. But that's my opinion. I don't want people to hammer me. My opinion is that there is no person here eyetaga double cabin. Okuja konga you're in farming. But even when you're in farming, you need to ask yourself, what's my capacity? You need to ask yourself, what's your capacity? Then you look at your capacity and then start thinking, at my capacity, do I really need that expensive machine? Can't I get something that is much more affordable? Then also, for you to need a double cabin, it would require you to have, because there are things that a double cabin doesn't do. There's a load that a double cabin will not take. There is a lot that a double. I'm still even trying to figure out how government came to start using double cabin pickups in the field. If it's not that they are 4x4, you get, because a double cabin pickup is a 4x4, and of course it takes the same people as a Land Cruiser, almost the same people as a Land Cruiser. Of course, generally the official people don't sit in the other cabin in the Land Cruiser. You sit here, so the double cabin will definitely do that. And personally, I think that government officials started buying double cabins out of selfish intentions. That double cabins, these are cars they can use even at home to bring manda to their homes and all that. I think I tend to think that that's why they started buying double cabins for official vehicles. You get, because bali bagala emotoka gye basobola okutikka netabamenya okitegeera oba netayononeka, and that's how they came to buy double cabins. But there is work that a double cabin cannot do, okitegeera, and the moment you know that there is work double cabins cannot do, that's when you start think about your priorities. Like people that have chicken farms, you sell chickens or you sell eggs, I find that a Pro Box or even a Noah are sufficient. Sometimes you find that even a Forester is sufficient. Why? Some of the things that you need to think about before you buy double cabin is you need to understand that double cabin maintenance is not cheap. Of course, it's in okay, they take time before they start breaking down. But you're not going to unpack a double cabin in any garage and have it fixed. You find that most garages don't have double cabins. Double cabins are fixed by people that know how to fix them. Of course, now the latest double cabins have a lot of electronics, then that makes them more complicated. There is the time that my car was giving me trouble after I had put the engine in. I went to this Jeff's garage, and then a lady brought a UB was it a UBK? I don't, but it was one of those latest number plates, October, and she brought the car to be fixed because it had issues. And I can tell you that the bill Jeff gave that lady, I have not gotten that bill. Engine. So it's important for you to understand that even fixing the double cabin cannot be compared to fixing our small saloon cars. Eba ya bei mu omupira gwokagwoko gwa double cabin okitegeera gwa bei mu, and the fact that you actually drive a double cabin. Now I try to be as positive, I try to be so positive, but you need to understand that the world is not as positive as you want to be. Okitegeera nti driving a double cabin can make you a target. Okitegeera double cabins, we know that double cabins are driven by people that have money. So you don't want to be perceived as someone that has a lot of money, even when you have a lot of money. At least in Uganda and Africa generally, it's better for you to be perceived as someone that doesn't have money than to be perceived as someone that has money. I don't know. Brian is one person that told me about his story. Atuka touch ayagala abantu bamanyine bwaba ina omudiri gw'ensimbi. Ayagala mbeera nga mumusasira bambi kasajja katu. Okitegeera because he has experienced what people can do when they think you have money versus you being appearing vulnerable. So double cabins will definitely make you appear loaded. Now, if you're not loaded, that's why it's not a very good thing for you to buy a double cabin. Yeah, the show, my show, where I'm producer and director, the cafe will be showing on Pearl Magic Loco. That's the TV channel by DSTV. It's you can get it if you have GoTV and DSTV decoders. You can also watch those channels on my DSTV app, my GoTV app. You just put the code from your DSTV or GoTV decoder, and then you'll be able to watch the cafe. Now, the cafe will be showing every Saturday at 8 p.m. starting September 30th. Yes. Now this is one project that I've worked on for more than a year, more than 2 years actually. Yeah, because we started creating this show in 2021. Then 2022 we created the pilot and submitted it, and then we finally sold this show to DSTV this year. Yeah. So so it's 2 years of my hard work in that one show, and so you watching it will be supporting me. You'll not be supporting DSTV. You'll be supporting Arthur and his team. And now, if that show is watched by a multitude of people, well, we get to do more work. And when we get to do more work, you're not just supporting Arthur, you're supporting about 19 to 20 other people that work on this show and make money out of it. So whenever you can, if you don't have a GoTV decoder, you go and buy it. If you don't have a DSTV and you wanted to buy a DSTV, well, now you have no reason to actually buy a DSTV. You watch this show, you'll not only enjoy the entertainment, but you'll learn about other cultures as well. You'll also learn to appreciate people for who they are, especially if you have been corrupted by this tribal gossip going around, the tribal gospel that is going around, people showing us that other tribes are bad. You get, this is the show where you'll start appreciating people for who they are other than which tribe they come from. And yeah, so that's basically one of the reasons why I created this show. There is a lot of tribalism and assumed tribalism going around in the country, and we need to start beating that. Instead of fighting the people that are being tribalistic, we need to fight the minds that have the tribalism in them by telling them, hey, I'm better than my tribe, you're better than your tribe, we are people, you get. At the end of the day, we all do the same things that everyone does. Which take it, going to the toilet, we all go, regardless of who you are, regardless of what office you work in, regardless of what tribe you come from, we all go there and we all struggle. N'abagagga bastrugglinga because nze bwemba strugglinga nga noonya million emu, waliwo strugglinga nga anoonya 10, and the struggle is literally the same. Yes, the difference is the amount of money we are looking for, but the struggle is literally the same. So don't forget to to buy the GoTV if you don't have it, and don't forget to watch my show. I'm saying my show because I'm the executive producer and the director. Of course, I act in one episode. I think I act in 2 episodes, but I'm an extra there. But I work on a bachelor of being around. I be around. Yeah, I feature in only 2 episodes, but I work on all the episodes as director and producer. I'm creator of the show as well. Yeah, so you're supporting me and you're supporting a lot of the other young people that are part of the show that are passionate about the arts, and this is where they hope to make their living. Yeah. I think the people that go to the Fords, now I want you to look at this car. Look at the sexiness of that car, and then compare it to the Subaru XT that we just recently saw. I find that this car has that sexy look that will keep it on the map for a very long time. Right? The XT, I find that before you buy the XT, this is my thought though. Before you buy the XT, just know the XT will get out of fashion very fast. The Kaundo will stay as long as someone keeps their Kaundo. This is why you see this Harrier. That's the old model. Of course, this is the Lexus. But you see this one, Enonkade. Naye Chariko, because it kind of has that sexy look. Masculine cars lose value very fast. Masculine cars lose value very fast. Of course, I'm talking about the demand. People stop demanding masculine cars very fast. So that's why Subaru Foresters have always had a very low resale value, because the Subarus have always had that masculine look. So you need to understand that everybody likes a sexy thing. That's why the Rumions are losing value very fast, because they have masculine look. They don't have a sexy. There's nothing sexy about the Rumion. The Ford Rangers are. I don't think the Ford Rangers they look masculine. They actually look sexy. The only thing that's masculine about them is that they are double cabins. But other than that, they are sexy. And I find that you see this thing here, the Pajero in front of us. That thing has a mixture of sexiness and masculine. Probably why people still buy. And this particular one has more masculinity than sexiness in them. But you see the GDIs, the big GDIs, the reason why people still buy them even with all their challenges is because of the sexiness. Everybody likes a sexy thing. So as you buy a car, ask yourself, is this car sexy or is it masculine? If it's masculine, then don't put a lot of money in it. You see that the Polo in front of me. This Polo in front of me, I'm sure it's a woman that is driving that Polo, because it's sexy. It's not masculine. Nobody likes masculine things. The reason why Mercedes Benzes are still on demand is because they are sexy. They are not masculine. Masculine cars end up consuming fuel. Masculine cars end up taking a lot of your money in maintenance cost. That's something that I'll have to be disapproved on. But masculine cars end up consuming fuel. Masculine cars end up taking a lot of your money. The reason why the Wish is still popular is because the Wish is sexy. It's not masculine. The Primo new model is highly priced because it's sexy. It's not masculine. Ugandans like sexy things. The reason why the Mark II Grand is said is because it's sexy. It's not masculine. You get, And when you look at people that buy double cabins, for example, they're not looking for sexiness. They are looking. That's why omuntu abera nayo ne batajigula for a year. Ne bagigula ne bagigula sente mpitirivu. The Mazda Demio, I've just looked at the Mazda Demio parked somewhere. The Mazda Demio, people don't buy it because it's because it's sexy. They are buying it because it's sexy. The reason why I had gone to check out the Corolla 2010 model, not because it's sexy. Of course, it has the valvetic engine that is in the new Wish and the new Noah, but of course it's sexy. And the reason why I still feel bad about not buying that car is because it's sexy. One of the reasons why I don't feel bad about not buying the C200 is because it's not sexy. It's masculine. So kakati olina okumanya how the Ugandans think. Kati olaba kano kawish kano akatuli masa ka valvematic. It's a mixture of sexiness and masculinity, but it's mostly sexiness. You see those eyes, the real lights, they have a sexiness about them. The thing that makes it masculine is that it doesn't have hips. And definitely it's just for show, not intentionally to be a workhorse, but just for how it looks. Good morning, Mr. Nzendi Wabusoga. We deal in sugar cane. I think double cabin can work for me in those tough roads. Yeah. But you know, if you're going to harvest a well-grown sugar cane, the double cabin is going to be trouble because traffic officers will keep getting money out of you. That's where the elves or you can get there are elves that are double cabin. If you went to the bond, you see a double cabin Isuzu elf. They are there, Yeziri. Gaza double cabin. So probably you can look at it. Of course, it will be very expensive, like 90 million and all that, but it will do the job of the double. I don't know if they are 4-wheel drives, but I'm thinking otherwise they will not be using them for sand and bricks and all that. Yeah. So you see, and you guys, I want you to start noticing almost all masculine cars have very bad resale value. Because majority of the time when, for example, me, if I'm buying a car, I'll buy a car that my wife wants. I'll be inclined to not buy it. So yes, sexiness works. And normally all sexy cars that people buy to do hard work end up dying very fast because they can't do the work. In a bid to make the car look sexy, they sacrifice the performance. So the money that would have been invested in performance was instead invested in looking sexy. That's why RAV4s have a mixture of both performance and sexiness, but the sexiness is limited. You see now the Vanguard that is in front of us. You see the Vanguard on the left? That Vanguard on the left, it doesn't have sexiness anywhere. But it's a Vanguard. Now people are not buying it for performance or sexiness, they are buying it for reliability. Because everybody knows that that thing will work. It's not going anywhere. So the thing that is happening with the Hilux, for example, people buy the Hilux because, well, it's a workhorse. There's no sexiness about it. That's why you find that it's old men that are buying it. Old men and intentional young men. Remember the thing we used to say in motoke in Sajja. So the way the wheels protrude out of the ride, the height and all, I think that's why no. I don't think they actually talk about a motoke in Sajja like that. A motoke in Sajja is most the performance. The performance it gives you, the sound of the engine, motoka and Sajja. Like when a man is talking at home, he's a man. Like my kids can be refusing to shower, and when they say, "Daddy, Nana is not showering," and I say, "Nana, have you refused to shower?" Nana will immediately say, "No, Daddy," and I'll say, "Go shower," and he'll say, "Yes," and he'll immediately strip himself of his clothes and then go shower. So in Morocco and Sajja, I think it's the respect it will command on the road. The way it looks basically is one of the things. But I no longer think that the RAV4 is a motoke in Sajja. The RAV4 is not a motoke in Sajja anymore. Now, people have actually manufactured that car that make the RAV4 look womanly. Like when you look at cars like the Kluger, when you look at cars like my Corolla now, RAV4 motoka. Nigga, character singana kuba akawanika nyo. Ayagala competing na RAV Corolla. Because now my guys cannot be called just amasinga itamunga like RAV4. But the Wish is bulky. I don't really think the Wish is bulky. The Wish gives you a number, gives you the number of seats it should give you. Gives you 7 seats. And that justifies the space it gives, the space it consumes. And when you start driving it, the Wish is no longer bulky, by the way. Okay. At least use commercial instead of muscular and luxury for sexy. Otherwise, sexiness, kati commercial and luxury. Luxury can't pass for sexy. Like you see this car one here, the Ractis. The only reason people are buying it is because of fuel efficiency. It's neither sexy or luxury or masculine. Carry out a category keka or shagere. You don't know what to think about it. Carry out. It's hard to know what to think about the Ractis. But it's a okay car. It's a comfortable car. But when the way it looks, you see, like now, Leonard, the reason why people kept buying Chikumi Kumi, I don't know if you guys know Chikumi Kumi. It's that car that looks like a Primo. It also shares the spares of the Primo. The reason why people kept buying Chikumi Kumi is because of the lights. They look okay. Now you can't say, look at Leonard. You can't say that the lights of that Chikumi Kumi look luxurious. They look sexy. Now they look the lights of this thing. Now look at this Land Cruiser. It's a mixture of sexiness and masculinity. And that's why people basically like it. Kati ona avuga bichi. Bantu bana bakuvuga moroka nene na ibe kurukunya bwe kurukunya. Kati munene eri abadde akola yoki. Yada ina kuba mweno leni. Now you see that double cabin, eh? UAB kati bajja kuga million 23. UAB neoli agiseera because akimanyi demand weeri. You get now. You see the other reason why the Ipsum actually worked. Kati Ipsum etuli maso is the super. Ipsum super. It's much more sexy than the ordinary Ipsum. Era amatala inengeje ganyiriramu the shapes of the lights, then the car bumper also. Uche kati ojibaita super. Era if you went to the market to buy the Ipsum, the super is much more expensive than the ordinary. Kati olaba this kati eno primoje baita sea light, that one in front of me. You see the red thing in the rear light, eh? The red thing will call a combination of the red thing and the reverse lights. Olaba anti it does the C shape. It does the C shape. Kati yo C shape bagiseera. Because of course I don't find this thing much more sexier than the ordinary Primo, but of course now it has an extra. That car C. Kati you can find a UBA Primo which doesn't have a C light in the rear. Ngabaji said budget million nga katugeze million 19. But the UBA that has a C light ngabaji 25. You get it? So but the only reason they are selling it like that because the C light. So now brokers have actually gotten the trick. Now they buy those lights and upgrade the normal Primo new model. They put the C light rear lights. And then they change. Of course, even in the front it changes. So they change even the front, and then they change the interior a little, and then you come no automata. No rose anti waguze sea light. Na yengo bato guze sea light. Yonamu yogenda mve ku wishes afe. Musomesa. Me I find the wish is a mixture of both. The one reason I would buy the wish, of course, Musomesa, is because of the Valvematic engine. Which take it, the Valvematic engine. That's the only reason. Of course the wish is okay. I wanted to drive a wish, but now njagala wish enkadde njagala wish ngeyo Musomesa. Njagala wish a Valvematic because of the fuel consumption. Never nange ze math wange nedda nayi. And nemesa n'okuvuga ebimotoka ebi. Can you see this car? That's the Nissan Patrol. Now this is the newer model of the Nissan Patrol. Okay? Now that car is masculine in all ways. There is nothing sexy about it. Era jajisanga nti you can't find a person who's saying, "Hey, njagala nguleyo Nissan Patrol." You can't. The people that buy those cars buy them for performance. Chechijise motoka ensajja ntitaina weremererwa. That's the Nissan Patrol. And of course I'm still wondering why people still buy Sienta. It could be because of the fuel consumption, because it has a CVT and all that. So because it has a CVT, then it consumes very little. And of course inayuka 15 CVT kaba tekanywa mafuta, and then it has 8 seats. Yeah, but kakati Valvematic ate vunziza nyo wishes in enkadde. Nze wish enkadde kati njagala jigula million 7. What do you Valvematic lwaki mbangula wish in enkadde ku million 10. But of course they are good wishes. They are good wish. Of course you can't find one at 7 million. I'm just joking. But it's there. But now the other reason why people buy the Nissan X-Trail is they think the Nissan X-Trail will give them the performance that probably the RAV4 gives, or what the Prado TX gives. Of course, for a limited period, the extra will give you, but then the extra will start dying, and when it starts dying, then you start consuming as much money as possible until you finally give up and sell it at a giveaway price. And now there is another comparison that I want you to understand. You remember the Kamunyes, the taxis, the Kamunyes. The reason why people stopped buying the Kamunyes was because the sexy version came, which is the Chigege. When you look at the Kamunye and look at the Chigege, Kamunye nganda nyo, Chigege nzungu, ochitegeera. And also the reason why people started buying the compressor and ditched the old C200 was because the compressor is sexy in all angles. But I'm using the word sexy because I want you to get the level at which I mean that word. But these Subarus, I'm going to let this Subaru pass because I want you to understand what I'm saying. These Subarus are masculine. Look at it. There is nothing sexy about that car. There is nothing sexy about that car. But it's masculine. And that's why you find that men buy the Foresters for that. And then majority of the women who have their men buy those cars for them, the man buys it because it's what he likes. He convinces the woman to like it, and the woman starts liking it. One of the reasons why this fielder that is coming in front of us is selling a lot is because of the sexiness. Of course, now the newer models of the fielder are much more sexy. And once you have looked at the newer model of the fielder, there is no going back. Katika fielder ndaba kaganda. Ochitegeera. Ndaba kaganda. Ate katika fielder akasookera ddala ate ko kasoga. Ochitegeera. The reason why I'm referring is abasoga bagumu nnyo. Ochitegeera abasoga bakozi nnyo. Katika fielder akasooka akafanana kola yange kasoga nnyo. Kakozi eno si nkozi naawe. This is a sexy version. When you look at the new fielder 2012 and all, then you realize there is another level of sexiness. Good morning, Adams. Thank you, Antonio. Leonard is sexualizing the terms. But is it possible for one to get a driving permit with a class that allows him to drive the Isuzu Elf? In the past, you could drive the Isuzu Elf with a big class, but bagenze bazaula. So I need to study the classes again to see if it allows you even. But can CVT in a performance car perform like the ordinary automatic? Yes. Yes, it can. It can. It can. But and by the way, CVTs are not as bad as we want to think. CVTs are good gearbox if you maintain them the right way. But it's just that we as Ugandans, we need time to adjust. We need time to adjust to the maintenance of these new cars and the new components that come with them. But the CVTs are not that bad. Bamukute oba abuza directions. Kireke ekimoroka bambi kimufuddeko kati anoonya wa parking. Zenne morokiza lole nazo nzibuzibu. Weefiira oba olina okunoonya wo parking nga obudde bukyali, otherwise oyinza okutta abantu. Okitegeera. That's why you find that those big lorries most of the time are parked in the road and there is nothing we can do about them because wagijjirawo egenda kutta bantu. Okitegeera. But CVTs can perform very well. They can perform very well. The wish is very okay. Just that yesterday when nasanze bambi yankwasize nnako because it was still a new car UB series. Ngebadde ki? Good morning ba Joshua mumpita doctor. Kansome ebitabo bampita doctor ebyaddala. Nga irinya lyange ntekako Arthur Kisenyi PhD. Ntandika okuyita ku bantu. Nga nerabamu olu PhD. But Uncle Arthur, Nissan Patrol Platinum, nga look so sexy. Sinajira bako platinum eyo. Nze yo gyendabye. Good morning Arthur. Oli otya munnaffe ndi bulungi Benedicto. Naye no Benedicto Lukwago. Simanyi oba olinamu ku ttooke naye bw'oba tonnalifuna olina okukola ennyo. Waliwo amanya nga tegalina kubaga abantu baavu. Kati oliwulira linnya liggumira Benedicto Lukwago. Nange yo ku kyalo ngende wa mwami Lukwago Benedicto. Erinnya liggum era bw'oba tolina ssente kola baaba. Olina okukola ssente. Waliwo abazadde abatuuma abaana amannya. Ng'erinnya lirina kuba lya ssente kati vaga amanya agaffe gakisenyi. Ffe tugenda okusettinga trend naye waliwo amanya nga amanya bannannyini go bagakolera dda abagasooka kati ng'olina okukola ennyo. Brian Wanyama, good morning. Arthur, which brand of pressure washer did you buy and how much did it cost you? Enkuba kyenkola. I bought babaita bano ba Injiko. There's that thing on Kampala Road. Baina branches around Kampala. Najigula emitwalo 47 I think. I bought sijukira what is in Nagula, but it's performing because nze you can imagine nze wange jembeera if you're going to be, for example, if you're going to be washing the car in Kampala, by the time you go home it's dirty. So it doesn't make sense to wash the car in Kampala. So it actually makes much more sense for me to wash the car at home. So when I go back in the evening, soza na kuoza, nteka mbutesi kama machine kanginga balupu ya and the car gets clean. So for the guys that are looking for, and I find that it's much more economical than you paying someone to wash your car for you, because right now car washes bachajinga omutwalo gumu to wash your car. I find that to be a very high price. Like me personally, I would have to wash the car every day. Now washing the car every day na ige moro kalana njuya no juya ndikati etuse. Yeah. What does it take to get OTV? You go to the licensing place at Ministry of Works and you pay, and they give you OTV. Doctor, eyo patro gyolabye nkola nkadde eziriwo zinyirira okufa ezo sinazirabako. The new Nissan Patrols, mostly those Nismo models, look good. I would want to look at them. But anyway, I personally think that kanso kemse wa karango go kulada nga sinabira banange cafe egenda betandika ku Pal Magic Loco every Saturday starting 30th sawa BDS every Saturday temujera biro kugiraba atanagula go TV jigule. Anyway, before you buy a pickup, you need to ask yourself, should I buy, because right now at 30 million you get an old pickup double cabin. You don't get a fairly new or minimally used double cabin pickup. Often a pickup ngekoze nnyo ate nga nkadde. So you need to be asking yourself, is it worth it? Am I going to use it for, if you said we buy cars for sure. Kabandabe. And once you escape that, mukama bwali kuyamba no escaping ekyogula emmotoka olw'okuba abantu bakulaba, ojja kuba otuuse a certain level of emancipation that you don't know. N'otuka osobola okugula emmotoka nga emmotoka ng'ogigula olw'okuba abantu banaakulaba batya, naye n'okigaana n'ogamba no, let me buy this one because this makes much more financial sense. Ojja kuba otuuse a certain level of emancipation that so many people never get to. Some people die nga bakyagula emmotoka olw'okuba babalaba. I know people in their 60s nga tagula motoka because it does what he needs it to do, naye nga agula motoka because people see him. Okitegeera. So bw'oli tukano to a certain level of emancipation where you don't care what people think, nge motoka ogigula because it does what you do, ojja kuba okitegeera. Good morning Arthur. Kuna muti kuba yesterday eyatonye n'entwala Toyota Wish mukoka paka mufuleje. Where does it leave us fe abe motoka za wansi muziwanike search muwanike motoka gwanike motoka oyigebo ogivuga nze motoka yange nagiwanika kati just the skill of driving it yeyoka mataringa right now nota duka nyonga bwogula osera because abojo gikuba ekigu kati za mazinga yitamu ningo waravu for swa muziwanike muteke mu space mugule springe nene and all that. That's the wish I was talking about yesterday. Locals, the season zili mbuzibu bwa amanyi. But then you also need to know your roads. When you're driving a car and it's raining, don't proceed unless you have seen someone pass there. Newe bana kubira engombe emirundi emeka neba nakubira emirundi emeka don't nze nabera whatever there is a time it rained and there in Kawempe it was flooded. There were cars behind me. They hooted. I stayed in one place until I saw a car, the level of my car passing through that place, and then I went. And even then I went ka pavement went. Nze I've reached a level where engombe tenkanga ne bweba ya mukulembeze wa gwanga. Kale yo mukulembeze wa gwanga kintu kirala naye engombe tenkanga. Okitegeera bwe mbanga mulaba mwagala mbavire nga go because like those cars that have escorts the escort can come out na jakulage wawubulaga nze tonkubira bukubizi ngombe nze nkuvire bwe mbanda ba the place jongambo genda it's not safe. Come out of the car, you escort, stand there and show me that it's safe, and then I'll go there. Sichakangi watch. So this season is for a season for you to be very careful. To papa toitambikupe byotali sure. And in this season, don't go off the main road unless you're sure of where you're going. Stay on the main road. Banange jamwe gulo nagende neve wande ganengenda kwa Kesha Avenue. Ho! Aba traffic balinga aba wanane moroke ezebe ingate batuta. Bata taxi zive wande gya zezita. Fala kwa Kesha Avenue ngate batuta. Self actualization. Arthur, but we are still on the stage of basic needs. Daniel, I can tell you that I know people that are still on basic needs. Let me tell you. I know a relative nagenda ko kumuchalira. I don't know if and this is something that probably people believe in, that omugenyi bwa achala muliye bubipaka bwavao. This is a relative of mine that believes this. Nti omugenyi bwa achala muliye bubipaka bwavao. There is a time I lived at this person's place. Banenga bulina kutulya muogo ne nyanya. Matoke ne mukene. Matoke ga mu mazzi. We were eating nga tulya bulungi tulya katogo ka matoke ne ebinyebwa. Nga tulya ko bulungi ne tukakale katulya ko ku nyama nze njigula. You get it? And this is the one person that Gwemanyi are believing in high life. Nenga, from what I saw, the fact that you're eating badly until omugenyi wagenda kitegeza temunatuka ku level ya bei. Muli abubi omugenyi agende musobola okulya emmere ennungi ng'ebamala. Okitegeera. So it's important that we as Ugandan understand that omuntu akyabala amafuta ng'ogabala nnyo. Self-actualization. The people that are at the level of not being self-actualizing, tebabala mafuta. Katinze mbala mafuta nze sinatuka nchali ku basic needs. I'm still trying to make sure my kids have a home, a roof over their head, they have good food, they have clothes whenever they need. I'm still at that level whereby when my glasses break, to buy new glasses. You get it? People that have reached that level are the people that go to a glasses shop and they pick the frames that cost 1 million. But still get it, the frames alone. Because my frames cost 200,000, and even then I had to cough. I know a family where their kid yarwala amaso muzeyi namutwani bagula glasses ezemitwalo mukaga. Ngambi. The frames looked ugly. Nahinga zebasobola okugula. Now at that level bato natuka gama tikanguli double cabin. Ostegera. God knows at that level bwogule motoka nga pick up jiguledde ku stage nga roje etage nekola. Otegera kyenkugamba kati we have not yet reached self actualization. Daniel. Naye munanga abantu bamanyi, but okay. Some people just drive into floods, yet it's bad for the car. Unless you are driving as high as Mamba, better wait for the road to clear. No, you can go through water that you have seen other cars going through. Right? Katinze. Zenyimira, because I've ever slept on the road. No, naina kagula primo yange najijambale najigula ku bamwita RDC, najigula ku RDC wembale yo. Nenjete kampai was a very nice primo. Nenga wanse yaina some wiring issues ze salaba. Bwe naita mazi wire nezigatta nenyoka mu dashboard. Nasura ku kubo. Ere mu rukabansindika busindisi. Nenji nagivuga, by the way I drove it because yali echaya kana nenge zikira nenji parking amakago omuntu nenyamu sendabira mu neba kakati nza simaraga ita mazi okitegeera Arthur yogera kitufu. Some people actually, most of our relatives think that when you buy a car it's kweraga, and they say you should have built a house naye banange nenga ate there are people that need cars kati nza toyinza kunga nti ogule motoka luxury tosobola ngambala amafuta bwenti ngamba nti motoka najigula yakweraga kumbala ya mafuta jendiko nzira ni kakati jamwe gulo yanywedde nya mafuta nkalaba akalimi kavudde mu full tank katandise okukka katika se one bar kati ngama nti motoka yange dakijari It can't be. I would also advise someone to buy a car when it's actually a necessity. Yeah, you should not buy a car when it's not. I see people buying cars, naji parking for most of the week in the Morocco packed. Mu parking, I just parking. Oshegera nenga naye in their mind they think that car is a necessity. It's not a necessity. You should only buy a car when you really need it. For me personally, me and my family, it's cheaper for us to drive. It's cheaper in terms of time, in terms of comfort, in terms of even expense. If we all had to use the taxi, my brother, yeah. First of all, I would be treating people every day. First of all, when I take a taxi, I need about 2 hours to recover from the fumes. Of course, now Mama Aban ya manyira. Talinya na boda alinya taxi yebi futafuta ya aleka ya bimanyira. Wachitegeera. Nekatinze. I've not been in taxis consistently for like, I started driving a car in 2010. Wachitegeera. Kati, since 2010, those are about 13 years, sitting in taxi. Actually, even the time that I sold my cars, I sell my car in the morning, in the evening. If I don't have a car in the evening, tomorrow morning I have a car. That's how it has always been. I always have people that I hire cars from the Nevuga. That's how it has always been for me. There's a time I would take taxis, nenjivamu halfway and babansira. Nekamba siuli. Mavo gadgets, simanyo botuse kuduka nzija. Kati nzija kati. Bill Gadgets, Nick Wabui, Daniel Ranga, doctor. Simanyi lwachite wita. Do you know what it means to be a doctor? Nzemba buida bwe nafuna PhD yange. Oyina kumpita doctor. Obango ga Arthur Kisenyi PhD. Arthur Kisenyi PhD. Nga onkuyita bompita Arthur just. Dr. Arthur, yes please. Hey, yana Dr. Daddy, aba yana Dr. Daddy. Bamanyente ekinu na kisaswira PhD at UMI costs 15 to 20 million. I'm not going to spend 15 to 20 million just to not be called a doctor or not to add a PhD at the end of my name. I'm paying for all these courses. Now I have to pay about 7 million to do research for masters. Now 7 add 15, that's about 20 about 23 million. Now I spent 23 million for you to call me Arthur. Yeah, doctor, what about the waiter, Dr. Ranga? Nze yomvude mwe mumanyo bamwete muina malala nze bwenafuna PhD yange ngenda bana amalala. Era ne zino professional courses zenkola nabyo nja bigattangako. Arthur Kisenyi MCIM PhD. DMM. Ngenda bugatangako bukosi bugundi obu. Zaddy of course, Jombwe Juma, Martha Academy, Muyombia Mark, Antonio, Kawagama Enoch, Lubura Chris Fitness, Abibu Kenya, Seth Kagaba, Moses Heath, Kauma Derek, Lucky Mose Charles Nkugwa, Samuel Sise Musomesa, Nanyine Wish Valvematic, Wajinja Gaza Baba. Kakorora kalika numako oyingi ne ya Valvematic eyo. Of course ne comfort yako ya mulembe. Yeah. Deep in Coffee, El Tommy, Jado, Mavoga Jet Center. Banangi Mavoga, abadi Kampala. We have our own money here, Mavoga Jet Center. Atunda smartphones and laptops and perfumes. Straight from Dubai. Yabieretera. So tebidi munti bidi mu buroka bidi muchi. Era prices zibera very affordable. So Mavo Gadgets, a number yenjina bobo yagaranga. You want to buy a laptop, you want to buy a smartphone, Adeta Clean Piece. Hanaba Joshua, Oliech Eric, October, Mugowa Farouk, Leonard Kayondo, Council Patrick Asiku, Nabali Eastern Region to United Council Affair, Patrick Asiku, a number Yeranjidina. But you people, there's nothing sexy about Subarus. Katinimu wano chi exiga. There's nothing sexy about it. Chiringa Gaya. Salmina Adams. Mugalasi Joshua, anaitwa Kevin. Don't forget to watch the cafe on Pearl Magic Loco. Modric, Mark W, Benjamin B, Nsereko Starch. Yes. 2010, I was in S1. Go starting ngoli yanga. 2010 nali first year campus. Starch ngoli yanga. Muri bana bato. Later machine. otukolere content. Machine ejera ngenda bamavoga jet center katikati. The problem with floods is that the water causes corrosion that damage the wiring and electronics. It happens slowly but for sure. Na yanti kati chokola emoroka bw'ogiyisanga mazzi ogireka n'etokota esebo ogireka n'etokota for some time emoroka bw'eyita mazzi gireke togizikiza. Like me when I go through water bw'etokota n'etokota amazzi gakaza ebbugumu lirikaza ebintu ebyo. So emoroka ezaffe e Kampala basically by the time we buy it it's corroded. Eba nkadolide n'okutalaga kuba eba yatandika dda. Ojja kusawa 5 kale mavuga jet. Okay, osoka mu business zo zigenda lalala. Noliyokujja anyway. Emoroka zetugula Benjamin Biorede ziba zaatalaga. They kaze zitalazeyo mu bondi. Okitegeera so kati okutalaga teba fault yo. Nenga bagayi kamba sibule kambeko byenkwasaganya mpola 1996 November 7 nkuze. Okuze nkusinga emyaka 6 gyokka. Ate nno kati gina emyaka 6 giraba gye nkusinga mitono. There is a time I was at campus in year 1 and I was saying there is a friend of mine yanyaba ko apply to campus bali bamuita Richard Senyonga nga Senyonga bakuru. Kane sawa eno Senyonga takyali mukulu. Nkiraba twenkana. Lulinga ndaba Senyonga nsingako emyaka 4 mukulu. You remember those times you guy but waberanga okataba omuntu akusingako emyaka 3 aba mukulu nnyo mama. 3 years are nothing. Before you know it ojja kuboka dienga yes nga kusingako emyaka naye nga mwenda muyine enkanyanya. Yesterday I was watching a video of someone that was describing how we grow old. You start with your face being like this. As you grow old, it starts becoming like this. Joko mokula face yetandika okubeera square. Joko mokula face no oli ali awo nga matama gagudde gati. Oba oli awo nga enkanyanya zigudde. Oba oli awo nga akalevu kagize kati. Oba oli awo nga n'ensingo naye ekaddiye. Okitegeera. So someone was basically describing how our faces grow old. Kati yange etandise. Obukanyanya mubulaba butandise. Bulube nkola ntyo ng'obunyanya obukanyanya bujja. Abba niye tabirina. I think that's why people go for plastic surgery. Amatama bagazzeeyo, obulago babuzze, enkanyanya bazise. Tukaddi yenno tukaddi. I remember a time when I used to see people that are older than me by 3 years ngamba abasajja bakulu. Naye mnange kati nze gwe bagamba oyo musajja mukulu. Because nkaddi yege mazima. Tayagala mukubako njawulo. Ani Mavo Gadget tagala njawulo agala ngende yonga atuuse anti kati Mavo Gadget bwaba kwata omuntu for the love of kasa amukwata ye mwennyini yalina okudiringa naawe talina kuwa bakadeyi okitegeera so tobeera onononya computer yogula n'ogamba ate alina performance pieces era nze computer gye ngenda okugula performance kano kenyina kati kakoye kanafuye I want to buy a Legacy, but I need your advice. Legacy moroka nungi, Subaru Legacy moroka nungi. I've always told you, Subaru are Toyotas. Subaru ye Toyota, era ba director bafa Toyota. Bwenjogero inzo rozamba manyi. Neba director bafa Toyota bagula da shares mu Subaru. Kati wocho omanya nti the reliability of a Subaru is almost the same as a Toyota. One thing you need to understand is the engine of the Subaru efa. Oyinza nokulinya mu kumulidwa nekuba. That's why you see zigenda ku murare yo ne bazidiza ku kakaria. Ziri very delicate. Then ekirala resale value ya Subaru eri wansi. Ekyo nakyo ino okukimanya. Nti aguze Subaru abanga aguze Mark X. Sawa yo ne kusala. Okitegeera. I got my dead year just recently in 2018. Naye ndaba it's a long time. Now kati nkola ku airport naye ense eno. Okitegeera mani. Ensimu nayi weto bwe tupushinga. Naye kati dead year esobola okugenda emyaka gino gyonna. Nze nali my dead year bakuwa mwaka gumu. That's why I call it the dead year. Ne bataziyita dead years. Kati osobola okudayo ne kakati because 2018 is quite far. Osobola okudayo n'omaliriza. Ngebe bikyali yawo. Nina assignment jenzi jukide jesina bakwatako. Eno bagayi kamba sibule Kenneth Best webale kubeerawo mwebale kubeerawo temwera bira bannange. You see the picture that I've shared on this channel of the cafe bwoba osobola Antonio webale nnyo bwoba osobola gisharing ku status yo. Let's spread the word, show yanga abantu bagirabe ate banyongere contract mukitegeera banyongere contract naye ate era togirabira na kwekyo eyo shegenda kunyumira egenda kuyigiriza okitegeera. Of course we have to be tolerant. That's the message I preach in that show. Yeah, but gwe bwoba ogenda okulaba share yo girabe ng'owagira Arthur bwoba sharinga the promo material eyo bifaananyi byengenda okusharinga bisharinge for Arthur okitegeera. Brother, I'm coming in November, but your number, my number is in the description of this channel. Yeah, so don't forget bobo sobola you can share. I'm going to share the video as well so that you can share it on your statuses. Bobo abasobola bananga abasobola, you don't have to feel obligated na yenga bobo sobodde nga techikumenya. You can share my promo material so that we get more people watching the cafe. Yeah, may God bless you today. Ciao. Hey, Sindagenda, don't forget to watch tomorrow's broadcast, Question Friday. That's when you get to ask all these questions. Ciao.